First blood. Double kill. Double kill. First blood. Double kill. kill. First blood. Double kill. First blood. Double kill. Double kill. First blood. Double kill. First blood. Double kill. kill. First blood. Double kill. First blood. Double kill. blood. First blood. blood. First blood. Kill. kill. Double kill. First blood. Double kill. First blood. Double kill. First blood. blood. First blood. Double kill.
As four back on this near side, which is the run through the channel this time by Kumail Al-Azwad. As four. Well, the squad was waiting for it, but to be drilled away by Indonesia. Foul given there. The post. Real Dutch influence in the Indonesian side. But, certainly wasn't total football there, which has gone away for a throw on the far side. Martin Price gets ready. Throw this in here. Ali Haram is the target. Good header away this time by Jay Idsa. And in the end, a brave header, but the ball comes away. And the referee says the head went into the area of the feet there as opposed to a high boot. Amin Banari. The line by Al Khulasi, but it's going to go away for an Indonesia throw. Debut time, Mies Hilgers, a man that was just in your picture. He leaves the ball for Sandy Walsh. Headed on by Verdonk. Struik. Rizaldi. In the Indonesia trying to fashion something already. Good work off the ball by Bahrain. A good pace and tempo about the move so far from Indonesia, although they are forced back this time. It goes back to pace. Looking for the run in behind us through it, but that's far too easy. It's time for Bernardi just to clear forward. Game is yet to really settle down into its pattern. Mohamed Marhoun, the man in you, that just got fouled. Abbas Alaspor is the man in your picture. Lutfala, high hanging ball. Easy header away by Sandy Walsh, but for the moment nobody really quite putting their foot on the ball. Abdullah Al-Kulasi, which is one long. Little flick off the head on the far side. Hilgers gets it inside to Hitzes. It goes back to Pais, who thumps it long. Ball spending a bit of time in the air at the moment, but not sure which side would benefit from that. The resilient of Indonesia, who've drawn their 2 games, or Bahrain. Channel ball this time. Excellent pace. Let's go across by the left side instead of half. Amin Bernardi plays it against the legs of Lateral Struik, Brisbane Roar. Caught my eye in the under-23 tournament, along with Justin Hubner and Nathan Tijuan, who's at Swansea City. A few of their side and their squad playing in England now. A lot playing in Holland for Indonesia. Bahrainis, quite a few supplied by the top side, Al Rifa. Playing very much on home territory. Verdonk sees it back, a little bit of pace on that, forced him backwards anyway. It's back to Martin Pais. Sets the ball on the edge of his box, had no option there, had to turn it back inside by Jordi Amat, who's brought back in. Jordi Amat had been out of the sight for a while, but they've managed to smuggle the football away. The ball over the top is always favouring Ibrahim Lutfala. Verdonk, nice touch, but that's the first card of the game. And Ali Haram slid in with intent to win the ball. Our referee today, Ahmed Al-Kaf, thought there was a little bit too much intent. Too sure about the slip in the middle of the pipe by Tom Hay. Ali Al-Haram is the first man in the book. Just about on 10 minutes. Been a pretty chanceless first 10 minutes, but very much expected with 2 sides that sit in the table and know that 3 points today is a massive boost for their possible qualification for 2026. Lutfala, Bernardi. Goes back. Shake of the hand, nothing in front of him. Ibrahim Lutfala now just an imposing figure. All at his feet. Zaldi tries to shut him down. Struggle at the top of the park this time. Abul Jabbar keeps the ball in play. Nice play in the middle of the park by Al-Aswad. Deep cross right across the face of goal and had to be watched all the way. It was watched all the way by Jay Itzes. First corner of the match. Just checked it all the way. Was being tracked back there by Ali Madan. Two of the back three in the centre of a five, if you can call it that way, for Indonesia, replaced today. Injury and one Danes for the bench after their last game. Corner could be swung in by Al-Azwad. Deep delivery. Just grazing off the head of the captain, Jay Idzis. Profit Madan tries to play it in. Staruk's first touch lets him down somewhat, and that will be a foul, a fairly clear foul as well. Try to make up for it. Mohamed Marhoun was the man that won the ball back. Appearances so far for Brisbane Roar. Maybe just the one. Let's have a little look. Three actually. So there we are, just checking the stat packs provided for me. Bahrain with some players, got a lot of caps to their name. Captain Kamal Al-Azwad with claiming his 107th, well over 100 caps for him today. And of course the man that came in 115th cap for Walid Al-Hayam. He's got the bandage around his head. High line being held here from Indonesia. Space to be clipped in. The timing of the run, the dropping of the defenders. Massive man on the near side here. He's got to look right across that line. Well, what an effort that was. Did it go in? To me, it looked like it didn't. The goal, I believe, has been given. Well, that caught everybody by surprise. The goal's been given, but what a thump that was. An absolute creaming of the football. Mohamed Marhoun has fired this in. Well, everybody was waiting for the ball to be flipped in, including the keeper, Martin Pais. Marhoun gets his 15th goal for his country. How far out is that? And what a goal that was, clearly over the line. Only Marhoun could take that. But I was asleep like the defenders. I was expecting a little clip ball, but Mohamed Marhoun got to be 30 to 40, 35 to 40 yards out of the underside of the bar and in. What a strike that was. Caught everybody, including yours truly, completely by surprise. Bahrain 1, Indonesia 0. And now Bahrain send a little bit more, and another shot just dipped in. Thought he could do it again, dip again on that from Marhoun. And why not? You know, over half a century of caps for Bahrain. Just 26 years of age. Plays for Kuwait Sporting Club. Well, that was an absolute belter of a shot. Caught. I'm not sure if it was just the brilliance or the audacity that has caught out the keeper and Indonesian rearguard, or the simple fact that they were so, you know, he's so far out. He's got to be 36 yards out. And you can't stop him being involved in the game either. Indonesia will be stung by that early riposte. And now they will need to try and find a little bit of continuity, better foot on the ball. Try and play themselves back into the game. And that's lifted the crowd somewhat. Lutfala will now hope his side can take that glorious opening, translated into management as the home side. Headed away on the far side by Hillegas. Map dropping into the back three to make a four, and they're all centre halves back there. Calvin Verdonk on this near side dropping in as well. But at the moment, Jenner there, just a little bit sore around his foot. Nice flick around the corner, this time by Mahdi Abdul-Jabbar. Old footballers make great commentators, don't they? I was lining up with the defence on that one, trying to get my angles and everything right, thinking he was going to flip it into the penalty area. Mohamed Marhoun gave it a thump and caught everybody out, including me. Emmanuel down the line. Emmanuel with the throw now. Got a lot of options, not a lot of movement down the line or inside, in fairness. He's going to go long this time. Abdul-Jabbar was the man that was the aim, but that was a little bit of a rushed attack there by Malik Risaldi. Just going through the back of Abbas Al-Asfour. Al-Asfour back on the football. Bernardi, Emmanuel. Oh, Madan with the turn. Looks as though he might have copped one across the shins there. Well, I think Calvin Verdon got there when he could. Saw the ball, played the ball, but unfortunately straight through the legs of Alain Madan. Very warm night, 31 degrees here. Risaldi, I think, as I said, just starting to weep underneath that dressing. Just fancy as we look down at this game from our lofty position here, the Bahrain are indeed in control. Crossfield ball looks for Emmanuel. He's got to work hard here. Can't. Crossfield ball was a little bit overhit. Still though, as we approach the 21st minute, and Indonesia just feel a little bit just use, I don't think it's the word, it's not the word I'd want to use, but there's a little bit of desperation in the way they're trying to play the football. Thought Malik Risaldi would have to go off because of the spillage underneath the band-aid, so that'll be a blood shirt no doubt, and I think really it's a little bit of a stitch in that one to close it up, because I don't think it'll close on its own, that's for sure. Lifted forward now. Marhoun with the run. Got the run on Hilgers. Hilgers gets a toe in. That is a blend of experience versus youthful exuberance on that far side. But at the moment, Bahrain knocking the ball around quite nicely. Bernardi. Oh, we're going for the full colour-coded headband now. Al-Hayam. Ramin Bernardi. Just looked a little bit more assured. They really have settled down since that thunder strike on 15 minutes. Madan. Al-Kulasi. Al-Hayam. Just knocking the ball around really well. Al-Hayam. And the commentator's curse descends from the box. And it's going to be a throw to Indonesia as it's somewhat sliced out of play on this near side down by the technical areas. Donk with the throw. There's a bit of space, but again, excellent defensive work coming back there by Komail Al-Aswad. Just took the ball off, and Bahrain back in possession now. Real chance. Al-Aswad tries to get it near side, strolled into a challenge there on its near side by Verdonk, and the returning sub Rizaldi tried to get down the line, but I mean, Baradi was the first person to block his path. Right idea, but momentum will be lost in this promising position as Indonesia scurry back to the ball. Rizaldi, it's a dainty dink in, Emmanuel with the clearance. Zes goes all the way back. He's put Martin Pikes under a lot of pressure, who manages to scoop it away from going away for a corner. That is not the look of love from the keeper. Just a question I'll ask you. The keeper had used his hands to pat the ball down without actually stopping the ball or catching the ball. Would that have been conceived as a back pass? Because if you're just patting it down, you're not catching it and you're not looking to play it with your hands. So just an interesting one for you, the interpretation of Football Association laws. Free kick has been given here in a dangerous position. And Indonesia will have to be on their guard to give away free kicks. It's an awkward time for Indonesia now. They trail by a goal to nil. We're into the 25th minute. Another goal now would make life very hard for them. Komail Al-Aswad fills it deep around the back. Not convincing by the keeper, Pace. Nice footwork by Madan, fires a shot back in, rebound comes out. Rizaldi drops the ball back, interesting pass by Tom Hay. Fala measures his ball forward. Martin thought he was fouled, but chance here now for Indonesia to try and break. I think Rizaldi now against Vincent Emmanuel. Shows a little too much. Verdonk. Sadie Walsh plays it more infield. Amat, far side. Hilgers. Indonesia trying to fashion something. Chance here. Terrific recovery. Lovely work there. Sliding in. Vassala Sport, who's the man that's slid in with Rafael Struik, who looks bemused that a free kick has been given. Sliding challenge there. I think he had no real where to go, but Struik just literally looks a little bit shocked at that decision, but non-emotive face there from Shin Tae-yong. Ibrahim Lutfala. There's a sense with the burble inside the Bahrain National Stadium here that Bahrain have got the game where they want it. No, they are a goal to the good, so that makes it patently obvious, but I just feel a little bit more composed at the moment than the Indonesian side. He's the man that gave them the lead with a scorching free kick, Marhoun. Al-Kulasi. Marhoun back to Al-Hayyan. Just technically a little bit better play, although that last pass was a gimme. Struik this time upended by Walid Al-Hayyan. impressed me in the under-23 tournament last summer. A lot of screaming and a shouting going on, a lot of bawling. Tom High is going to try and deliver this. Defensive midfielder brought in today instead of the Swansea City player Nathan to joy on. Not a bad foul on the edge of the box. Mohamed Marhoun there was the man that was just blocked or impeded on the edge of the box. And it's Miss Hilgers who, as we go for a drinks break, just at the moment you're talking of wily old campaigner in Mohamed Marhoun. Here's the goal, look at it, it's fully 36 yards out. And Martin Pipes didn't really sniff it. Really is a classic knuckle free kick. Sorted out by young Cristiano Ronaldo, hitting it on the point of the metatarsal of the big toe, right down where the bunion would grow. On the valve, that means it drops, dips and bends. And it also means when you're that far out, you can give it the office. You can give it all the power in your legs because it'll be on the drop by the time it reaches the goal line. And that was a perfectly executed goal by Mohamed Marhoun. One that caught everybody unawares. Running repairs to the captain, Walid Al-Hayam. It is warm, 31 degrees. That man's still wearing his jacket there. Dragan Talajic. Ironically, we're given some stats when we're in the commentary booth of heat maps. It's so warm out there, we can't see where the players are running around. It's warm everywhere. Ibrahim Lutfala to knock this long. This has got to be careful. He's very, very rush to try and get in and win the ball back. Zaldi got it back, but not great. Dispossessed. This time shot. Scooped goalwards this time by Haran. And that will be another corner to Bahrain. See by the smile that's on the face there by Ali Haran that they feel and sense that they are on top in this game. Kamal Al-Azwad with the corner. Last time they went deep. Ball in again. Martin Tice gets a little bit on it. That's for FC Dallas as well. Chance now for Jay, it says, to get the ball down and try and set something up from the centre of back three. Way off back there by Jenna. Wasn't the greatest ball, and it's put them back under pressure. It says clears it against the legs of the on-rushing man, but Indonesia just, in your humble commentator's opinion, just making things a little bit hard for themselves. You know, some of the decisions just causing them a little bit of grief. It says again. This time it's long. Struick easily beaten in the air by Bernardi. Rizaldi. Struick. Bernardi. It's a toe in. Whirling dervish there for a moment, but he got a toe in and puts it out. But Indonesia have made yards towards their opponent's penalty area. Got a donk with a throw. ingenuity is required somewhere. Jenna. Cleared away. Strong challenge ultimately in on Rania Mangoen. Verdonk. In the end, it goes back to Pais. Pais will go out to Mies Hilgers. Trying to tempt Bahrain onto the back line, but slightly dangerous game here because the options to look for Indonesia to their left and towards their opponent's goal seem pretty much cut down here, and all of a sudden they're going to have to go for a ball to nothing, and I think it's going to be coming shortly from Jay Idzes. They're running short this time by Struik, has taken it off his toes, and now there's a run in behind, and how easy was that to undo it? Mahdi Abdul-Jabbar was the man that tried to run in the back of the defence. Jay Idris got the ball away. The man in your pitch there, Martin Pais, has not looked on the first two corners. Entirely at home. Lifted front post. Away for a goal kick at the front post. Not the best delivery this time from Kamil Al-Azwad. Cacophony of noise from the home fans. Very happy with the way things are progressing at the moment. It's this. Around the corner from high. Nice footwork there by Orat Mangoen, but again it's swooped upon. Lovely work by Madan Marhoun. Give and go. Madan again on his near side. Chance this time to build again. Hayam has played a ball to absolutely nowhere. Said there's a man down. He saw a man down, the referee saw a man down, and the man that is currently feeling it is our goal scorer, Mohamed Marhoun. VAR, as you can see from the graphics, are checking a possible penalty. I'd say I was watching the ball go away. Too sure I saw too much there. Looked like a coming together. Difficult to see too much there. Mohamed Marhoun. No penalty. By a man on VAR, who is Abdullah Al-Kandari, Kuwait, and his assistant. I'm feeling if I'm going on, I'm going on, I'm going on. No, you're not. Sit down, down. Luckily for me, I'm sure there were more, but I can only remember once being on the bench. Headed away. Again, it's the referee's got to look at this. That to me is looking a very painful situation by Mahdi Abdul-Jabbar. The referee, in no uncertain terms to me, with his body language, is saying it's a coming together, and I would like the gentleman to retain his dignity and stand up to his feet. That's what I'm thinking, but I am a long way from the action. there's no brandishing of a yellow card, which you'd often see. Well done, referee. I'm sure the referee's going to allow that quick free kick to be taken. Ali Abdul-Jabbar. I'm liking Ahmed Al-Kaf there because he's saying, I saw what happened and I'll use my eyes to it. Abdul-Jabbar maybe not so happy with that. So floated in. Header away this time by Jay. It's this chance inside the penalty area. Maybe could have just set his teammate up. Didn't know he had a teammate just to his right-hand side. Shot's going to come in, blocked by his own player. Ali Madan, who tried to curl it in. Bahrain in 2012 beat Indonesia, a very youthful Indonesia side, by 10 goals to 0 at this very stadium. Controversy abounded, but that's another story after that. Peter Taylor, the ex-England football manager, caretaker England manager for one game, was in charge that time of Bahrain. Emmanuel with a long throw in. Indonesia really not covering themselves with glory at the back. They are weakened, as I say. No Justin Hubner, who is currently with Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League, playing in their under-21 side. And Rizky Ridho, not favoured after their last game. Nice ball forward. Brought down there by Arat Mangoen, but Bahrain very quickly on the front foot. Crossfield ball. Ali Madan. What? Pulled a good one out there. Had no right to get there. Verdonk was trying to shut it down, and Martin Pikes away to his left-hand side with the flying save. Had no right to get it through there. The keeper right on top of it. Chopped it back from his right to his left. Corner number 4 for Bahrain. They lead by the goal to 0, scored by Mohamed Marhoum with a thunderous free kick. Caught everybody out, including me. Flat front ball, side netting. For a moment I thought it was in. Yeah, you may well bang the floor. Amin Bernardi. Everybody on the far side of the stadium here in Rifa would have thought that was it. Glancing header. Got his body across Sandy Walsh. Indonesia at the moment just wobbling a touch. And in desperate need of a senior head to try and put their foot on the ball. Bahrain knocking it around quite composed at the moment. If you are a Bahrain fan, your biggest worry would be, after having 10 shots, that you haven't got yourself a little further in front. I suppose that's down to the resilience of Indonesia. Ali Haram, really man with a yellow card, getting fouled there. Okay, the run. There's holes in a lot of places. Ali Madan, supported by Al-Aswad. Madan, Al-Aswad. Gained enough time and practice just to open his body out. Finds captain Walid Al-Hayam. Marhoum with a little flick, maybe a little audacious. Price with a clearance. Again, it's a ball to nothing, easily headed away by Bernardi. It's through it. Nice speed there. Verdonk through the hole. Jenna. Arat Mangoen. Got support here. It's through it. Jenna. Deep cross. Could look an interesting ball. Well, fair play to the keeper, Lutfara. He's had very little to do and he claimed that safely. Before Sandy Walsh came running in around the back. Nice looking ball this time. Keeper, give it to him, Lutfara claimed safely. Be a fair few minutes. I'm anticipating 5 or 6 at the end of this first half due to the drinks break and the prolonged stoppage for the clash of heads in the first moment, or first minute I should say. It's this. Jordi and Mac now dropping in between the back three. Subtle change there. Looks outside for Malik Rasaldi, but it's cleared his head and his bandage and his plaster over his eye. The beauty of football is that whilst the composure and the professionalism of Bahrain is showing, it is a 0-0, and Indonesia know that one error and they're in. Tom High plays it back. Verdonk. It's this. Short Rizaldi. Struik's got to run through the centre. Not the best bit of defensive work by Emmanuel. Let his man go. Strong challenge on Verdonk. Baratman going with the ball in. Cleared nicely by Al Hayam. Headed high in the air by Amat. And Indonesia are not being completely run ragged, which gives them every opportunity of finding a half chance. But it will have to be a half chance at the moment because Bahrain are the more composed of the sides. There's our goal scorer, Mahoun. Al Hayam. Through the back line, Al Haram. We've got 7 minutes. Thought there'd be a few minutes because obviously the drinks break and the clash of heads took a while to sort out. I'm sure those players would like to run another 7 minutes in 31 degrees and 62% humidity. Dragan Talajic, side lead by Goltanin. Lovely ball over the top, picked off by Jordi Amat. Top high, back to Jay Idzes, Melvin Verdonk. Top high, Amat. Rizaldi runs into trouble. Abdullah Al-Khulasi was a man that body met the spinning Malik Rizaldi there. Shame really, I think if he hadn't clattered him, I think Rizaldi may well have lost the football. Jordi Amat trying to find a ball forward, very flat line at the front, although they've got white shirts forward, there's nobody making the run from deep to drag the defenders back and somebody coming short to walk into the space. High again out to Mies Hilgers. Rizaldi with the ball into the box behind everybody, little layoff. Caught Struik a little bit off guard. Baratman going. Struik tries to go outside his man. He's done really, really well there. If anything, you've got to be looking at Abbas Al-Asfour there because he was spanned too easy down by the dead ball line. But half chance, and it's one apiece. Well, what did I say? Don't call me the Oracle, don't say anything, but Ragnar Baratman sees the ball come off the bodies, drop nicely, and he goes, thank you very much. And for all the composed play you get from Bahrain, a scruffy ball in, little deflection, And Orat man going, just rifles it in. Lutfala just sees a white shirt 7 yards out, pouncing on a loose ball. VAR are checking the goal, we can see. I would like a little bit more clarification as to what they're checking here, whether it's handball or whether it's offside. I don't think it's offside. But Ragnar. Orat man going. Plays for Denda in Belgium. Looking to see if he's got his second goal in 7 appearances. There's a big contingent here from Indonesia. It wasn't pleasing football on the eye, but it shows exactly what Bahrain didn't want to see. You know, they've been composed, they've looked the better side, they've looked promising going forward. There hasn't been a great deal from the Indonesian side from my point of view. It's been a little bit pop it forward and see what drops out of the sky, and that goal was exactly that. A couple of ricochets, and then Ragnar. Orat man going, says, thanks, 7 yards out, I'll have a little bit of that. Swept his light blue boot through it and into the back of the net. They are still checking. VAR, Abdullah Al-Kandari of Kuwait. Well, he'll be sat there now with his Kuwaiti comrade, Ali Jirak. Don't actually see anything there unless there's a foul in the first jump. We're getting no sort of indication inside the commentary box area here what they're checking. But Ahmad Al-Kaf will wait until everybody has done their checks, and it says is there at some point we want to finish this first half. But with every passing second, the goal has been awarded. I could not see anything in there untoward apart from the challenge as the ball looped up in the air. I see they were checking for offside. That old metatarsal. And Bahrain, from looking comfortable in a game, have found the resilience of Indonesia just what they anticipated. Verdonk high, just through it. Verdonk cleared away this time by Haram. What a great time to score an equaliser as well in time added on here. 3 minutes in to stoppage time. Managers and coaches have already lined up their team talks. But Orat Mangoen, well, he just profited from a couple of ricochets and was in the right place at the right time. Still, we had a minimum of 7 to be added on. We've had a goal and a long VAR decision, so I can imagine this going on for a few more minutes in the first half here. Benari, Emmanuel. Indonesia with a spring in their step. Lutfala's clearance deflects forward. Lovely give and go there. And the defensive midfielder who sat really in the middle of Ali Haram, the only man on the yellow card. Hilgers again, caught late by Mohamed Marhoun. It's been a battle that I've kept my eye on. Over 50 caps for that man, the goal scorer, Mohamed Marhoun. And he's been up against an international debutant in Mies Hilgers, who has shown his youthful exuberance by being a little bit rash with some of his positioning and diving in for the football, but that time his only fault was to have his head at the wrong end of collision with Mohamed Marhoun. Indonesian fans know in fine voice inside this Bahrain National Stadium. The game takes a completely different complexion. Through it, doesn't hold it up. Here's a real chance here of a break. Madan cutting in field, wants support, shields the ball well. Al-Kulasi. Marhoun, you see, and that's exactly what I've just been speaking about. Hilgers this time sees his teammate Sandy Walsh a little too eager. Mohamed Marhoun just waits, knows the ball's coming in, he's in control of the situation, knows the hands are coming. And this is closer than the last one, and Shin Tae-young will be looking at this and thinking, not now, don't give a free kick away in front of your own penalty box this late on. Martin Pais, well, he'll have an element of doubt in his head as to whether he's going to be flipped in for a cross or driven again. Mohamed Marhoun, oh, he's looking at that angle from our camera. A fair old chunk of goal away, man, again. Can lightning strike twice? This is a good 8 yards closer. Marhoun again, goes for it. Again, the dips on it this time. Martin Pais saw it over the wall and was going away to his right. Really, the warning signs are there. Do not give the ball away. It is come to the half-time break, and what a first half we've had. Clash of heads delayed things in the first half. Both players thankfully okay. Mohamed Marhoun with a shot that caught everybody out from a free kick from 36 yards on 15 minutes. Brilliant strike in off the underside of the bar. Goal line technology doing the business. Indonesia stuck in. They haven't been brilliant. Not as composed as Bahrain. But they've got a goal back in stoppage time at the end of the first half. And it's all level here at the Bahrain National Stadium as they head into the sanctity of the changing rooms. Bahrain 1, Indonesia 1.
What are you?
We are.
We're Venom!
地球外生命体に寄生されたエディ。一心同体となった彼らの壮絶なるラストダンス。
Eddie, I'm with you to the end.
ヴェノム、ザ・ラストダンス。
隠れ家予約海外ドキドキワクワク and 20% キャッシュバック次どこ行こうマックスで
私たちクレディセゾンの応援する理由スポーツは人をつなぎ平和な世界につながるのだと心から信じています一緒に歴史を作りに行こうクレディセゾン
姫、お迎えに上がりました。
来ちゃった。
あら、お客様どうしましょう。
月見デリバリーしちゃいます？
マックデリバルデリドクセットで590円お得。
月に帰ったら月見できないもんね。
確かに
歓喜熱狂心揺さぶる勝利と敗北恐れずに挑め熱くなるなら B ベット
Lock in, let's go.
Chance to make a game of it here.
One shot!
Absolute perfection.
それ
いつが6年いて全く喋れない。
逆にたくましいな。
アレスグーとしか言えないです。
アスリートの自分らしさに迫るオリジナル番組 Be True。
写真には映らない美しさがあるからリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダ
歓喜熱狂心揺さぶる勝利と敗北恐れずに挑め熱くなるなら B ベット
隠れ家予約海外ドキドキワクワク and 20% キャッシュバック次どこ行こうマックスで
ピックアップマッチ第34節は川崎フロンターレ VS ガンバ大阪10月18日18時30分。
これボールパスでつなげてっていう感じじゃないとこぼれ球なんで予測できないんですけどうまくねまたいでこのトラップがねこのトラップが短かっても寄せられるしちょっと長めにトラップしたからシュートに持っていけたのかなとこの一連の流れが綺麗すぎました。サブイボです。
これ荒木がドリブルで運んで俵積田にスルーパス、何気ないプレーに見えるんですけど、ここまっすぐドリブル運ぶのではなくて中に運ぶことによって俵積田に時間とスペースを作ったんですよね。これまっすぐ運んでたら多分あまりスペースができなかったんですけど中に、運んだことによって相手をずらした
気遣いドリブル。
ああそれです
それです。
カラバオカップ4回戦。
ドク切り返し右足
ライブオンダゾーン。
守ります。
真のトレーダーだけが見ている景色がある。
パートナーは世界のリーディングプロバイダー IG グループ。
自分を信じて進む人へ。 IG 証券。
ドイツ語6年いて全く喋れない。
逆にたくましいな。
アレスグーとしか言えないです
アスリートの自分らしさに迫るオリジナル番組 Be True。
歓喜、熱狂、心揺さぶる勝利と敗北。恐れずに挑め。熱くなるなら B ベット。
時が流れても変わらないもの、それは俺たちの絆。君は友達、いつも俺がいる君のそばに。
姫、お迎えに上がりました。
来ちゃった。
あら、お客様どうしましょう。
月見デリバリーしちゃいます？
マックデリバルデリドクセットで590円お得。
月に帰ったら月見できないもんね。
確かに
コツコツワクワク技術を磨く。コツコツワクワク想像していく。一人のコツコツワクワクは仲間とつながり、大きなパワーとなって社会に活力とゆとりをもたらします。三菱電機グループはコツコツワクワク世界を良くしていきます。
三菱電機。
Il punto c'è Rusei。私たちクレディセゾンの応援する理由、スポーツは人をつなぎ平和な世界につながるのだと心から信じています。一緒に歴史を作りに行こう。クレディセゾン。
タカラトミー
決めろ。
スーパーゴール
決めろ。
スーパーダンク。さあ盛り上がれスポーツヒューマン。
あの人生ゲームが任天堂スイッチで登場。新たに3つの職業とやり込みロングモードが新登場。人生ゲーム for 任天堂スイッチ。
タカラトミー
スイッチ。
タカラトミー。
Hello, welcome back to an absolute thriller, I would have to say, here in the Asian World Cup qualifying Group C match day 3 match between Bahrain and Indonesia. It might not set the pulses racing, but we've had an absolute spankage of a goal from Mohamed Marhoun, who fired it in from 36 yards, catching everybody unawares, and what a strike it was too. And Indonesia, tenacious, resilient, a little bit desperate at times. Got themselves back into it with a real sort of sweeping goal at the end of a very, very rough and ready move. The ball being crossed in by Jana, headed on by Walsh, hit Hilgers, and it fouled at the feet of the young man Ragnar Oratman going to sweep in. Well, Bahrain, I have to say, on face value and the way they played their game as the home team, have, I would say, been the better of the two sides, more composed. But composure doesn't win you games, as we saw 3 minutes into time added on at the end of the first half. And Oratman going gets the equaliser, and all the hard work starts all over again. I'll run through the two lineups for you in just a moment. Just checking we've got no substitutions here at the break. Bahrain are out. There does look as though there's going to be a couple of changes here for Indonesia. Reinders is about to come on for Indonesia. We wait to see who's coming off for him. And the other person that's coming on is the man that was dropped from the start of the game. So we've actually lost Sandy Walsh here, and he will be replaced by Eliano Reinders. And the man at the back who is coming on, Rizky Ridho. Let's see who he is actually replacing. Didn't catch the ball, too busy scribbling. The referee has changed his attire. Quick shower at the break. Referee today is Ahmad Al-Kaf from Oman, assisted by Abdul Al-Amri and Rashid Ali Al either side. And the fourth official is Kazim Al-Hatmi. The VAR is controlled by Abdullah Al-Kandari of Kuwait. And we start the second half. I'll run through those sides as soon as I get total clarification of who was moved from the back line for Indonesia. We'll start on this near side. Mies Hilgers. And it is Jordi Amat that has disappeared. And he's replaced by Rizky Ridho. So I'll run through as the ball is back in play very quickly. Two changes then Shin Tae-yong has made. No changes for Bahrain. Kulasi a little tight on this near side. There's a bit of work there. Haram, the only man with a yellow card in the first half, tries to play it down the line. I mean, Bernardi, under a lot of pressure from Rafael Struik, forces him into the mistake here. Right, let's just quickly look at the Bahrain lineup. Lutfala in goal. They got a back four from right to left of Emmanuel, Bernardi, Al-Hayam and Al-Kulasi at left back. And they're playing, I would say, pretty much a four across the middle of the park. Ali Madan on the right, then the midfield of Ali Haram and Ala Sport, with Mohamed Marhoun, the goal scorer, out on the right-hand side. Just in behind the man at the top of the park, Madi Abdul-Jabbar, is Kamal Al-Azwad. Shin Tae-yong, who's made a couple of changes. He's got Pikes in goal. Back three now of Ridho, Idzes and Hilgers. Then it's going to be Reinders and Calvin Verdonk as your wing-backs. Two holding midfielders in Ivar Jenna and Tom the top of the park, who is Raffles Thruik and Saldi minus headband. Lots of grease and possibly a stitch. The football in battle commences. What a man going, through it with a toe. Reinders under the ball on this near side. Little flick, and Ivarjana is adjudged to have caught Abdul Jabbar. Hilgers that actually did it. Yeah, and he's making his international debut. He's leaving his mark. Oh, I am down the line. Marhoun tries to roll it into the ball. It's got to be dealt with. Jay Idzes gets the ball away. Marhoun back. Delivery in by Al Aswad, not brilliant. Touched by Arachel Thruik, not great either. Working hard to deal with it, but picked off rather easy this time. Miss Hilgers, where's the two at the back for Indonesia? The word reckless says that he's diving in left, right and centre, but he's certainly determined, I would say. And our referee Ahmad Al-Kaf will watch this. Abdullah Al-Kulasi with the throw. Hilgers with the header away. Marhoun with the shot that flicked off the body of Risaldi. Calvin Verdonk, who plays for Nijmegen in the Eredivisie, is on the football now. Through it. Beaten to it by Vincent Emmanuel. My side somewhat struggling to get the ball away. It seems to have gone out of play on the far side. There's a few words as Kamal Al-Aswad is down in the opposition's penalty area. I'm going to say it would have hurt. I don't think it was a free kick. It's one of those brilliant cliched phrases. It's one of those. I think the player that played the ball away and then Kamal Al-Aswad caught him on the underside of the boot in trying to volley the football. If it was in Formula One, it would be known as a racing incident. I'll call it a football incident in this instance. There must be a slight concern from Dragan Dalajic with his side, who looked at the more composed throughout the first 45, being level with their opponents, but also wary of their resilience and the fact that they can score goals. Marhoun lifts it up, real chance here. Back to goal, good toe away by Idzes. Referee saw a little bit of interference there from Abdul Jabbar. See too much, but do sometimes wonder if the penalty area changes the application of Football Association laws, in my opinion. That purely is your commentator's opinion. Well, Tom Hyde is maybe had too many words in the ear of our referee today. Gets a little bit of a authoritative telling off from the headmaster-like referee Ahmad Al-Kaf. Martin Peist. All right, man, going backs into Emmanuel, who comes away with the football. Through the hole, but it's a white shirt that profits from that. Hilgers. Eliana Reinders. Just a straight like for like for Sandy Walsh. Surprised the flag didn't go up there, but chance in the middle of the park for Tom Hyde to play it near side. Malik Usaldi, a little too much on that. Again, correct sort of idea, but just a little bit too much weight in the pass. Ibrahim Lutfala had very little to do in the first half from the Indonesian attack threat, but on 48 minutes into injury time, he suddenly looked up and found Ragnar Mangoen in front of him with just him to beat from 7 yards as the ball bobbled around. Marhoun, far side. Madan, Verdonk, lifted in, nice ball as well. The Rangers won't get there. Marhoun again. Well, you can see what he wanted to do. Wanted to shape it onto his right foot, but just his first movement sent him a little bit off balance. You watch it here. He brings it down okay, but then he just knocks it away. He's just slightly going backwards, which means it's always on the rise. Dalecic. Put it home. Hilgers. Indonesia trying to play football out, but they've caused themselves their own problems there. Marhoun trying to get away. You can understand the frustration on that near side there, because Mahdi Abdul Jabbar thought he'd stolen the march, but with the throw. Abdullah Al-Khalasi, chance for him to whip it in. A little bit of body, headed away not convincingly by Hay. Rizaldi battles away, but Mangoen tries to come away. Nice slide in there by the man that still retains his headband from the clash of heads in the first minute, Walid Al-Hayam. Adams, Reinders tries to launch the ball long. Just again, just overstretching, you fancy. Place for Zwolle in the Eredivisie. First cap for him as well, so he's on debut. I'm wearing 23 for Indonesia. Alvin Verdonk ushering his man off the ball illegally, according to our referee. Al-Hayam tries to play it down the line. It's not about a cute flick. It's a lot of bit. There's a lot of ingenuity and guile around that man in your picture, Mohamed Marhoun. And it's very interesting, as I say, throughout the first 45, if you haven't been with us, he's really up against the right side of a back three. Mies Hilgers, who's on his international debut, wearing the 2 for Indonesia. And there's been craft and guile, and there's been over-exuberance in some of the challenges from Hilgers. But it home. Galloping forward. Struik keeps it in play. Emmanuel in front of him. Underlapping run from Verdonk. Good covering by Amin Bernardi. Shin Tae-yong. Walks back to the bench there with the look of a man that might want to make more changes. Madan Emmanuel. It's this. Hilgers. Reinders. Well, the young man from Oxford United, Marcelino Ferdinand, who's yet to see the light of day at Oxford United, is being ready to come on. Haram. In the line by Al Hayam, but Al-Kulasi couldn't keep it in play. Well, Marcelino Ferdinand takes over from Malik Rizaldi. A lot expected of this young man, but still a very young man. He is on for his 29th cap, I think. 3 goals. Straight into the action to put pressure on. Bernardi. Eliana Reinders. To the body of Idzes. Back to Hilgers. Slightly different structure to Indonesia at the moment. Nice flick. Ferdinand finds Reinders. Hilgers. Played by Jenna. Just gets a little bit of composure. Thrown into the game somewhat. Headed away on the edge of his own box by Al Hayam. Poor first touch by Abdul Jabbar. Struik. Indonesia making a fist of the second half here. Verdonk. High gives the ball away. Emmanuel. Madan. Emmanuel. It's asking a lot for Abdul Jabbar. And Izzes plays it all the way back to Martin Pais. Well, that goal just in injury time at the end of the first half has seen a different looking Indonesia. Calvin Verdonk, he's got support here. Clips ball in, good header away by Haram. Struik goes in with a challenge, but got the wrong end of a challenge there with Amin Bernardi. So I can't believe it's not free kick Indonesia's way. Just that moment there in that camera shot of the face of Rafael Struik, of the realization that he wasn't getting the verdict. If a picture could paint 1,000 words, it didn't need 1,000. It just needed 2, which was simply, why not? Well, we got some changes coming the way, and it's going to be Hussein Abdul Karim Abdul Aziz coming on in just a moment. He was getting ready. Through it with a chance to try and get in behind Emmanuel. He defends stoutly. Haram. Madan. Abdul Jabbar loses out. That's good play by Ridho. Tries to set Oraman going away, the goal scorer. Lovely twist and turn. Let's put it in the right area. Is it me or have Bahrain left themselves completely in the changing rooms at the start of this second half? And that is a wait for the first corner of the game. And that is for Indonesia. It is blisteringly warm, 31 degrees here. No sun, no direct sunlight. Madan getting the cramp stretch. Mari Humadan. He's about to come on. So is Hussein Abdulaziz. This corner is going to be taken, but young Ali Madan is Struggling seriously with cramp at the moment. Bahrain will be looking to the bench. I think there's real dehydration gone on there for that young man. Because if we were to get a replay of the moment he stopped on the far side, there was a real wobble. He wandered on the spot before going down, a bit like a boxer that had been stung by a one on the point of the jaw. He seems to have recovered, thankfully. But still, the first Indonesian corner will test the rear guard. It's Zes, Ridho and Hilgers at the front post. Lutfala claims above the head of Rafael Struik. Lutfala believes there was an elbow in there. Yeah, Struik was very quick to offer his apologies. Also coming on is Syed Saeed. Well, Mahdi Abdul Jabbar is the first replaced by Hussein Abdul Aziz. Also going off, the man on the yellow card, Ali Haram. Taking the captain's armband, Syed Saeed. Ali Maran also making his way off. Different dynamic for Indonesia, who have opened the second half pretty well. Maidan is the other man that came on. But Indonesia looking very much like Bahrain were in the first half. A little bit left on the midfielder there. Ivar Jenner was a man that was caught late. Syed Saeed is the man that just made a valiant attempt for the ball. Got there when he could. I ran a corner to Ridho. Ridho tries to find the feet of the man up front, which was Marcelino, who had slipped, but now the break is on. Mohamed Marhoun trying to get away from again. It's that hands-on approach again from Mies Hilgers. Just up against a canny pro with Mohamed Marhoun, and he has been up a little bit excitable as the debutant, Mies Hilgers. Emmanuel run down the line on the far side, can the cross come in? Well, he got it in, but it's a long outstretched leg this time. Jay Itzes that puts the ball away. Mari Maidan was the man that got the cross in. Kamal Al-Aswad. Saeed heads the ball down. Got a set again though. Al-Aswad. Saeed. Time and space here. Lovely layoff. Triggers pull by Bernardi. Just from wide position there with the flying yellow goalkeeper. Kitted away to my left. Pice. I thought there could have been something on. Bernardi trying to find Pice's bottom left-hand corner. in pace there. It's not the best direction of it. Keep giving possession away to the right back. Vincent Emmanuel is going to throw down the line, stole a few yards. Spinning in behind is Abdulaziz. Lito does well, but then loses it. Abdulaziz again. Little deflection, blocked by Verdon. Just fell nicely for pace and goal down to his left-hand side. Defences have that innate ability to undo themselves really here on show today. A chance to the speculation of the 90 minutes of football. Emmanuel being told to go back, this time referee Ahmed Al-Kaf. Sure it's in the right place. Bernardi back to Lutfala. Marhoun the target. Headed away by Eliano Reinders. Shin Tae-yong still looks on with a degree of concern, you'd say. Foul, lots of screaming. Marcelino Ferdinand with the last little nibble for Indonesia. Manuel Alas Juarez let the armband go. It's to Said Al-Said, ball into the box, good header away by Tom High. Vincent Emmanuel has given it a fair old larraping, but without too much direction, one would say. Captain's armband now, as I say, with Said Said, 32-year-old, well over 100 caps and 8 goals for his country. Plies his trades with Al-Qadiyah. Well, 20 minutes of regulation to go. On a steamy night here in Rifa. Marcelino Ferdinand just caught late there by Alaspor. It's just so it's quite hard to describe the way this game has changed on an injury time goal at the end of the first half. I won't describe it as totally comfortable from Bahrain, but they were so more better, a lot better in possession. They were composed in possession, but they've started this second half almost like a side that fears 2 or 3 goals being put in. A long effort, far too far out. Ibrahim Lutfala drop kicks it long. Only one up front, that's Abdulaziz. Lovely cushioned header back by Hilgers. From being what you felt was in the ascendancy in the first half, Ferdinand with a break, is he going to get there? Just doesn't quite keep it in play. Being in the ascendancy in the first half and looking so composed on the football, yes, within really the only shot on target, the only shot I think they had on goal of Bahrain from Indonesia late on in the first half in stoppage time. Baratman go and equalise, but since the break, Bahrain have, I don't know, I can only describe it as a pugilist, a boxer, feeling a bit of power from the opposition and suddenly going onto the back foot. That's how Bahrain seem to have approached this second half. Whether it's the heat, whether it was the age of the squad taking its toll, there are Some elderly players out there. Elderly, he says. To me, they are nothing but young spronks. i.e. youngsters. Emmanuel winning the ball back. It's ball to the ground there by Rafael Struik. Forward, it's going to be shepherded back, although Martin Pikes doesn't really give it much to do apart from turn it long and forward. Mangoin, Ferdinand. All right, Mangoin carries on his run. Ferdinand fouled in doing so. Play on, says the referee. Real chance on the far side. Struik! Oh, I say! Bahrain 1, Indonesia 2. And the young man, whose first touch hasn't been the greatest today, profits from a play on by the referee at advantage and curls a sublime right-footed shot into the back of the Bahrain net. It's a lovely goal, but Bahrain, timid, I would say this second half has been. Look at this, 18 yards, just curled it. Lutfala, no saves to make in this game, has had 2 shots on target and 2 go past him. He's had no chance with either. This is a beautiful finish by the man that plies his trade at the Brisbane Roar. He scores his first goal for the national team of Indonesia, and what a beauty it is too. You're starting to wonder where it's all drifted away for Bahrain. They've got a good record against Indonesia overall. 3 wins and 2 draws and just 2 defeats in 7 matches. But as I say, the last time these two met was that game shrouded in a little bit of controversy when Bahrain beat Indonesia by 10 goals to 0 in 2012 under Peter Taylor. They needed a 9-goal swing to go through that time in the group, and it looked as though it was going their way until a late equaliser, I think, by Qatar saw them drop out of contention. But they have just moved into this game, and they've just started the second half. Shin Tae-yong, I don't know what he sprinkled in the air, but those Indonesian fans are over the moon, and so they should be. They hung on in there in the first half when that man's Dragan Talijic side looked so composed, and then all of a sudden they've just been on the back foot. I think my analogy of being tagged by somebody with a bigger punch sunk home because they sat back. Ferdinand was fouled, but the ball broke. Good play on by our referee, Ahmad Al-Kaf. And Rafael Struik on the edge of the box from his left to his right and into the corner of the net. And that's a very late challenge, and that one will be a yellow card. A substitution there. Ragnar Orak Mangoin goes into the book. Well, I am. Yes, a little bit needless, one would say. I think the man that does the graphics for the yellow card, about 3 paces away from the finality of that tackle, could have got the yellow card graphic up. And now he's got a chance to go through. Orak Mangoin. Bernard is alongside, lays it back. Struik again, low shot, doesn't get it right this time. Lutfala gets the ball up. Moments ago I was just going to pick out that the ages of the Bahrain side. Bernardi 31, and you look at Ali Haram, who's gone off, he was 35. Abdul Jabbar 33. 35-year-old centre half with the headband on as well. This heat, humidity, is going to take its toll on those legs. Emmanuel. Chance to put the ball inside, but again it's misplaced. Tom High elects for the kick to touch, which rugby union players would have liked that. He'll be very impressed with his side, Shin Tae-young. Al Hayam. Strong header away by Jay Idzes. Benadi. Al Aswad up into the feet. Spin round the corner by Saeed. Big charge on the far side. Can it be kept in? Very close, that's for sure. Excellent work, ultimately. Shot from distant by Smothers. Shot from the substitute there. Why shouldn't I say that? It was Al Aswad. The substitute was involved in the build-up. What can Indonesia do now? Ridho, Hilgers. Is trying to keep himself on side. It's clipped forward, he's going to be offside now. Abdul Wahab Al Maloud is on. Missed that one, the number 10. Ridho goes back though to Pais. Saeed. There is Al Mahoud. Can they find the equaliser into the final 10? Al Aswad. Al Mahoud being forced back to the halfway line. Pocket of space. Lazy challenge. Again, a free kick given away. Hoon has found himself in off this near side flank into the middle of the park, trying to make things happen now for Bahrain. Marcelino Ferdinand. There'll be a change now. Nathan Tajoyon is coming on, and he's going to replace Hay. Man from Swansea City comes on. Straight onto the edge of the box. Well, that is a back header that has been saved beautifully by Pais off of Jay Idzes' head, who's so thankful that his keeper's keeping a watchful eye. Grazed his head. Luckily, I don't think it really deflected it too much away. We'll see better from this angle. Kept the same trajectory. Maybe took the sting off him for the keeper, Martin Pais, to get down to. We're into the final 10 now. We haven't had a drinks break in the second half. Idzes knocks it long. Al Hayam lets it go back to Lutfala. Al Hayam. Options near side. Al Kulasi. Tall ball in, hits the legs in the middle of the park of Jenna. Solid challenge. It's been a little change. I don't know if you've been aware. In the first half, it was Struik that went through the centre of the three-man front line, and Ragnar Mangon would come in from the left, and those two have swapped. with Oratman going through the centre now. And the man holding his ribcage there, the score of the second goal. You know, we showed a lot to the wonderful refereeing talents of the man in black there, I have to say. Because Marcelino Ferdinand cut inside and was upended, but the ball broke and he played a lovely advantage, which then fed the ball to the edge of the Bahrain penalty area, where that man being lifted to his feet, Raffles Struik opened his international account in the senior side for Indonesia with a quite exquisite cold goal from the edge of the 18-yard box. But the game isn't over, not by an absolute long chalk here. Indonesia, and Shin Tae-yong will be looking for his side to try and get further up the field of play, not defend too deep, but this free kick by Al Aswad goes into the box. Martin Pais catches. And the velocity on the ball made him go to the ground, as most goalkeepers all around the world would do so. Nice try and drag the man forward for scooping it up, and does so. Ferdinand beaten by Al-Khulasi. Marhoun, score of that wonderful free kick in the first half. Shea favoured Indonesia. The Riders goes back to Pais, who goes long again, far away from his goal, headed down by Al Hayam. Saeed Emmanuel being tracked by Tajoyon. Played in the under-23 championships last year as well. Snapped up by Swansea City in the championship in the UK, in England. He's in there to do exactly that. Break it up, win it back, keep possession, and allow Calvin Verdonk to play it straight to the feet of the right back. Vincent Emmanuel, back come Bahrain. Crossfield ball, looking for the man on this near side, who was Al-Khulasi. Well, at the break, or certainly at the end of 45 minutes before injury time was coming, your commentator, a bit like Mohamed Marhoum's goal, didn't see it coming from Indonesia, the great comeback. Coming on though is Hashim Sayed. He's replacing Vincent Emmanuel at the back, but I think he'll be more forward, that's for sure. By Ridho. Gulasi. The line, he's going to get it back. Can he get the cross in? Gets away from his man rather easily. It's a shin of Jenner that puts it away for a corner. Just take it up another level. And they make one of these count. Lifted in. Free header for Idzes, who gets it a long way away. Al Hayam, short pass. Real chance here for the break now. 2 against 1. Ferdinand. That's what his manager would expect, because the ball wasn't in front of him, just held it up nicely. It's the youngest ever player for Indonesia making his debut, Marcelino Ferdinand. Youngest goal scorer, I should say. 17 years and 9 months. He's a little bit of a cult hero in Indonesia. Saeed. Bahrain starting to get into the territory of pop it forward and see what falls out of the sky. Hayam Saeed again. He's got space to turn. Indonesia are back behind the ball. Trying to work it down there. Right, cross comes in. Jenna with the clearance on his near side. Ball's gone out of play. Eight minutes have now elapsed. Kulasi with the long throw. Abdul Al-Maloud is a man that struggled to pick the pieces up. Running behind here. Little layup. It's a nice layup. What a block that is by Hilgers. That time the shot came in from Humaidan. Still there, shot across the face, a goal. And again, he has to be a man of the match, I think, if you're an Indonesian fan. Jay Itzes has been pretty impressive at the back. Witan is going to come on for the goal scorer, a potential match winner. And I felt straight. What a finish it was too. Really was quite a sweet way to open your account for the senior side. Throw into the box again. Witan with his first touch. It's not the best he's ever done. Second one's a little better, but he's given away a free kick in a terrible area. His first touch just spooned the ball back up in the air, span back towards zone penalty area, and then in his absolute excitement to get the ball away, he's given away a free kick. And again, Mahoon is the man that's caught on the follow through. He's the man that scored from 36 yards. Will he be the man that scores from 22 yards? We've got 6 additional minutes to play here. Shin Tae-young points, but cannot do anything about anything on the field of play now. Dragan Talajic really does want this one to nestle in the back of the net. It'll salvage a point if it does. First minute of stoppage time. Marhoun stands over it. Saeed stands over it. Al-Hayam stands over it. This is going to have a bit of pace, you fancy, upon it. It's, I would say, too close for an up and down. Al-Hayam walks away. Saeed just positions the ball. Mohamed Mahoun, score of that cracker in the first half. Witan Sulaiman is the draft excluder behind the wall. Keep your arms tucked in. You've had a strange few seconds that have led to this free kick. Marhoun. Humaidan. Marhoun through and wide. Indonesia free, sigh of relief. And Witan Sulaiman will just hope his next few touches don't result in causing his team any worries. Good metre and a half wide of Pais's right post. defenders. Puts the ball away. It's a free kick. Ahmed Al-Kaf presides over this game. Al-Maloud and co give the possession away. Hayam wants to get this moving. We're into the 93rd minute, minimum of 6 to be added on. What a difference 45 minutes can make. A game where Bahrain were composed, they were leading from a fantastic free kick from Mohamed Marhoun. So a side that were, yeah, they were industrious, they were resilient, they worked hard, but they hadn't created anything. And then Indonesia. Some really silly challenge there by Marcelino Ferdinand. Again, it's striking range. Why he's diving in from behind Saeed there, I don't actually know. That is a striker's challenge midway inside his own half. But then in stoppage time, not the most concise bit of play at the end of the first half. Saw Marhoun's free kick equalise when Ragnar Mangoin swept in a ball that fell nicely at his feet 7 yards out. But he equalised in the second half. Bahrain have looked timid compared to the side I saw in the first half, and Indonesia better side from the break onwards. Saeed into the wall. Witan Sulaiman comes away, just doesn't have enough on it, but forces Bahrain into clearing the ball. Captain there, Walid Al-Hayam puts the ball out of play. There'll be in no hurry to get this away. We're into the 95th minute. We've seen some goals tonight. One Scruffy has a chance here. Shot goes in. Mutfala saves safely at his feet. Al-Kulasi's got to get this ball forward. Saeed. Going long, cross field. Melvin Verdonk with the header away. Keep your hands down, Nathan to Johan. Swansea player there. Hands all over the back of Al-Maloud. Al-Maloud gets the ball again. Still there working the ball out. Good block on the far side by Verdonk. Maidan. Saeed. It says with the clearance. Now we're waiting to see how long it's going to be added on at the end of time. Added on. Orat Mangoin upended. Referee says it was a foul. The man in your picture pointing to the spot there. He's had a great game. Ahmed Al-Kaf from Oman. Kept a very good authoritative performance on here. Marcelino Ferdinand trying to race onto one. Lutfala stays at home. Bernardi gets across. Well, we're into time added on at the end of time added on now. Desperation will creep into the Bahraini side. Johan with the ball back. Pace thumps it clear. Indonesia on the threshold of 3 massive points here on match day 3 in Group C. Al-Hayam. Maidan. Onto the loose ball down the channel. Almost a minute added on again. Ball in. Drops at the feet, real chance. Well, that is defending of the highest quality there by Jay. Who just literally fell in front of the ball. As we move into the 98th minute. And they are checking for a possible penalty. The check is over. Shot will come in, blocked again. Body's on the line now. Nathan Chajoan, Witten Suleiman on the break. Marcelino Ferdinand to his right. Bit of a heavy touch there. Great defensive work. Finally cleared. We're into the 98th minute. There would have only been 96. We've had 2 minutes added on already. At some point, the Omani referee will look at his watch and decide that that's enough. A little glance down there by Ahmad Al-Kaf. Good play again. And who's there but Jay? It says to put the ball behind for a corner. The 99th minute. You fancy this really is the last throw of the dice here for Bahrain to try and grab something out of this. Something their second half performance hasn't deserved, but their first half performance did. Al-Aswad with the delivery. Flicked out, and it's in! Oh, how late can you be? Marhoun scores from 36 yards in the first half, and then in the 99th minute, he scores from 36 inches or less. Bahrain 2, Indonesia 2. One from distance, and then one from no distance at all. The flick on at the front post, beautiful from Hashim. And Marhoun, the darling of Bahrain. Well, I said Bahrain were in the ascendancy in the first half. Indonesia in the second half. And if you have that, you end up with a level game, and that's where we are at the moment in the 100th minute. Not quite sure where all the extra minutes have been added on after the 6 minutes were added on. But that is in the eye of the referee. Shin Tae-yong, there's a lot of consternation, I think, regarding the time added on. There's a red card now to one of the Indonesian backroom staff. But even during my commentary, and I'm a long way away from the pitch side or the pitch itself, I was concerned where the extra minutes come from, but you play until the final whistle. When that final whistle goes, that is it. And Indonesia gave away a corner. The referee says that's enough. Well, what a dramatic game of football we've witnessed here. Well marshalled by Ahmad Al-Kaf. Goal on 15, 36 yards out. Mohamed Marhoun rifled it in when everybody thought he was going to clip it in. He drilled it in from 36 off the underside of the bar and into the back of the net. There'll be lots of arguments and discussions to go on. Indonesia, well, they just dug in. They didn't really play well, but right on the stroke of half-time in stoppage time, a little ball into the box, deflected a couple of times and fell sweetly at the feet of Ragnar Orop Mangoen to turn in for 1-1 at the break. But the second half, Bahrain